The pricing that is posted at the pump reflects what's going on inside the store. So, for example, if you have high-end store sales, the price of the pump usually is escalated. But if you have lower inside sales, the price of the pump is probably going to drop. So, if you had drivers not shopping those locations, they would be willing to take a loss on fuel just to get them in their stores.
I'm the truckers. Welcome to the Asia My Show. I'm here with Ralph Morales from AMBEST. Welcome to the show, brother.
Thank you for having me.
No, of course, of course. For people that don't know, what is AMBEST, anyways?
AMBEST is a true co-op, and basically they put together a strategy over 30 years ago to bring travel centers together. All these mom and pops were looking for a way to compete with the majors, and they started a membership program, and it has evolved to over 400 members throughout the country and 100 service centers. So my job is basically talking to truckers and letting them know about our services and the discounts and programs we offer to get them to shop their locations.
No,
So
I love it.
more of a marketing arm for these truck stops.
And I support mom and pop truck stops. All you mother truckers, if you're watching this right now, definitely give a thumbs up if you support mom and pop truck stops, right? You know, Here's a big question. A lot of people jump on the show to listen to all the exposed type stuff. I mean, the real deal, the real nitty and gritty. I'm not here to get you fired from Ambus.
Oh,
But one thing, one thing I have a question is, when I was trucking over the road, why was it that I would go to one of the bigger corporate branches and they would have a diesel fuel price of a certain price, and then I'd go to a mom and pop and they wouldn't even have a loyalty or rewards program, and their fuel was always cheaper? What the heck's that about?
well, a lot of it is profit margin. I mean, bottom line, there are companies out there that look for ways to maintain a margin, a certain margin. Uh, the larger type of operations deal off of volume discounts and rebates, so they actually get those type of benefits when they buy a lot of fuel uh, at their location. So volume buying basically helps with pricing. So margin is important to them to stay in business, just with anybody else. Uh, the smaller clientele, the smaller mom and pop, not so much because they don't have as much volume to work with, but they're still willing to give away their margin to bring in business. So uh, they're just wanting to have more traffic in their locations, and by doing that, they reduce their pricing to take a hit, but to bring in a trucker to buy fuel, but also maybe a sandwich, coffee, donut, whatever they need for that day. So it's all about profit margins.
So wait a minute. So what I hear is pretty much, if you're a big corporation and you have more buying power, you should have more margins to give. So realistically, I mean, I don't want you to say it if it's not true. If a big corporation truck stop wanted to give more discounts to truck drivers, they would actually have more margins to work with than a small mom and pop.
Uh, I'm not going to go out on the limb and say that exactly, but the pricing that is posted at the pump reflects what's going on inside the store. So, for example, if you have high-end store sales, the price of the pump usually is escalated. But if you have lower inside sales, the price of the pump is probably going to drop. So, if you had drivers not shopping those locations, they would be willing to take a loss on fuel just to get them in their stores. But since there's so much traffic in their stores with the merchandise and the other products that they serve, there's margin made on that as well. So they're willing to get both if they can. So
Really?
it
Wait
all
a so
depends.
that
It all depends what's going on inside that store.
wait up that's mind blowing. So wait up. If a store's not doing well inside, they'll put down their prices of fuel to try to get you to come in.
Exactly.
Wow. This
Have you
whole
ever?
time I thought it was opposite. I thought they're doing so good inside that they're dropping their price of fuel. So if you see a truck stop that has extremely high price for fuel, they're doing amazing in there. They don't really care if you stop for fuel.
Exactly that. Fuel, in my opinion, is a way to even take a loss leader to bring in traffic inside their stores. So, not talking about travel centers in general, but let's talk about a corner store. If the guy across the street is getting more business, they're willing to drop that price, pennies per gallon, to get you to come in and buy their cokes, their snacks, their sodas, their drink, their meals, whatever, just to get you to come across the street. So they know that the consumer, the end user, has the final say. So if I'm driving a truck, and just habit of a truck driver, normally I'll pull over to the right side instead of crossing the lane to get into the left side. But if I just need fuel in a sandwich, I mean, I'll pay a nickel more a gallon just to get the fuel and stay on the safe side of the highway. But uh, there's some disadvantages for that, and it's unfortunate. But the little guy, I'm talking about the owner operator, the one guy that's got one truck. Those guys are the ones that are really getting hit the hardest because
Mm-hmm.
they have to pay the higher prices at the pump.
So really, when it comes down to it, you single owner operators, it's better to support the mom and pop truck stop because they're making less sales per se inside. And so they'll drop their fill prices as well. So you're doing two things by going in there. You're getting cheaper fuel as far as price wise,
Yes, sir.
more affordable fuel as far as price wise instead of using the word cheaper. But then also you're supporting a mom and pop truck stop.
Exactly that. Exactly.
So so that's cool, man. That's why I usually don't like corporation type people on the show per se, but I know AMBEST uh is more of a buying group to help negotiate fuel and purchasing power for independent truck stops, mom and pops.
I'm going to work for one of the other major fuel card programs out there. I've worked for them all. What attracted me to AMBEST is the family atmosphere, wanting to help out the small guy, someone who doesn't really have a leg up on the market. They do so much for the travel centers to bring in volume to the locations and good traffic. But AMBEST, I don't make a dime on fuel. AMBEST doesn't make any money on fuel or transactions or any of these type of things. All we do is get the word out that our network of locations have already decided that they're going to offer a decent price for fuel to get more traffic in their stores. So it's a win-win.
No, I love it. I love it. Definitely I'll put links down below of AMBEST locations. I'm sure you have links to the AMBEST website that'll show all the truck locations.
Yes, you can go to our website. You can see all our locations. You can also see the people that are working the markets. For example, I got the state of Texas. We've got folks in New Mexico. We got them all over the country, basically, and different salespeople are there to gear you and help you in your lanes and offer you some pricing. I mean, we haven't gone into the benefits of AMBEST and what they want to do for their transportation companies. There's just so much that we can offer you to help reduce your cost of doing business.
So we might need a part two, right, Ralph?
There's going to be a part two, three, four, five down the line. I want to be I want to get in front of your drivers and let them know that even if just talking about what's out there, I'm open to a conversation with anyone. So
No, that's awesome, man.
I've been in this
Not
I've been in this industry for 25 plus years, and there's a lot that I know that can help someone who's struggling put some more money back in their family's pocket.
definitely. And if you guys didn't catch that earlier, Ralph was a truck driver for a time or two, so he understands. One of the big things, that's why it's good to have you on the show because I get to learn a little bit, and hopefully others do too. That look, it's important to support the mom and pops because for one, you can possibly get cheaper fuel, and you be supporting independence, right?
Exactly that.
But I had no clue that if they're doing crazy inside, they'll raise their prices outside too.
Yep. Yeah, it all
I
depends
didn't
on
know.
what's going on inside the store. Now that's just my observation. They can probably break it down any other way, but the truth is, if the store's doing well inside, chances are they're going to make a little more on that margin.
I hear you. I hear you. No, thank you for your time, Ralph. I appreciate you.
You bet.